The idea of raising your own pigs can seem downright enjoyable. With some daily work, a sturdy fence, shelter from the elements, and a lot of food and water, you too can raise pigs. Before you go out and buy a couple of hogs and dream of saving money on the meat, there are a few things to consider. Start with 2 pigs. When you start out, it's best to get 2 swine. Getting more than 2 pigs at the beginning can put quite a strain on someone who has never raised one before. Additionally, pigs are social creatures, and while raising 2 will require double the food, double the space, double the water, and double the maintenance, it can make for a healthier and happier animal. You need a sturdy fence. Sturdy is actually an understatement. You want a fence that's Fort Knox tough. Galvanized hog panels in 16-foot lengths are a great option. Constructed with 4-gauge wire, these panels are easy to put up and tough to knock down. Be sure to bury a portion of the panels into the ground so your pigs don't attempt to root under them. Give pigs a place to sleep. Provide a cozy, warm, and sheltered place to sleep. It will also make for a nice shelter from the elements, including intense sunshine. Pigs can be pushy. Depending on the breed, a full-grown pig can weigh upwards of 300 pounds. They can easily push over an adult and can even harm a child or other animal. That's why it's best to keep them in a separate area or pasture. Better yet, be sure the pen and sleeping area you create can be managed from outside the fence. Plan for manure, mud, and muck. Pigs will defecate in one area of their pen in most cases. But the manure will pile up and smell if left for more than a day or 2. To keep the odors down, plan to scoop the manure out daily, and place straw throughout their area to keep them from rooting and making mud. Some experts suggest adding upwards of 4 inches of straw where they sleep as well as in feeding and watering areas. If your pigs will be in a larger pasture, straw can be confined to their paddock. You'll need plenty of food and water. A 200-pound pig can eat quite a bit of food every day. Luckily, pigs will happily eat almost anything healthy, including your family's table scraps. Bags of balanced hog food, grass, and other feed can keep your animals fed and encourage growth. Just be sure you have a plan to feed them every 12 hours. Additionally, clean water is a must. Ponds and sturdy troughs work just fine for most pigs. Coastal tip. Pigs can get aggressive at feeding. Make sure your pig's feeder is sturdy and heavy enough to avoid being moved by your animals. Pigs aren't always cost-effective, but the rewards can be well worth the hard work. Whether you are planning on raising pigs to be sold for their meat, or to be kept as pets, you will need to know how to house them and care for them. Pigs are valuable animals for their meat and their manure. The rise of the organic eating movement has made consumers more aware of where their meat comes from, and many of them prefer buying from small, local producers than large corporate farms. Housing your pigs. Build a pig pen. Pigs need a dry, secure place to live that will protect them from the weather and provide enough space to move around. Some people claim that a full-grown pig only needs about 20 square feet of space. However, for a truly healthy pig, you should allot each pig about 50 square feet of space. When planning your pig pen out, remember that it is best if the pen is twice as long as it is wide. When making your plans, also keep in mind that pigs tend to relieve themselves near their water supply. Because of this, you should plan to put the water supply on the far end of the pen, away from their food and shelter. If you have a barn with empty stalls in it, you can consider raising your pigs inside the barn. Just keep in mind that you will have to haul the manure they produce out of the barn. Install a sturdy wire fence around the pen. Use a woven fence that is hog-tight, with a board on the bottom to discourage digging. The best way to build your fence is to map out the area you will house your pigs in and then build a sturdy wooden fence around the area. When your fence is built, attach 4x2 welded wire to the inside of the fence so that if the pigs push on it, it won't go anywhere. A movable electric fence is a good option for pigs that will be used to pasture other parts of a farm or land, and will be herded in and out of the pen. Include at least a partial shelter. Pigs can sunburn if they do not have protection from the direct sunlight in hot weather. In cold weather, pigs will seek protection from cold and wind. The best setup is a 3-sided, roofed structure that can be placed inside the fenced-in area. Many pig farmers recommend that you provide your pigs with at least 15 to 20 square feet of shade. The roof doesn't need to be higher than 4 feet tall. Remember to leave a partial opening under the eaves of the structure so that heat can escape during the hotter months of the year. One way to provide shade is to secure shade cloth to the top of the pen to block sun. In the winter, you should put hay down inside the shelter that your smaller pigs can warm themselves in. Consider providing your pigs with a mud wallow. It's true, pigs love mud. Pigs have a hard time regulating their temperatures, and when faced with a high heat, a mud wallow looks just like a swimming pool to your piggies. To build a mud wallow, section off one part of the pen. You can build a low-lying fence or trough to keep the mud in just one section. Till up the earth where your mud bath will be and then add water to the area once or twice a day. Perhaps more if you live in a particularly hot climate. Place fresh layer of sand at the bottom of your wallow when you first dig it. Add fresh dirt when needed. Note that you have to keep the wallow clean as some pigs will use the wallow as a bathroom. Do not toss food in the wallow. Keep it filled with water, and to reduce flies and possibility of illness, do not throw food in it. Mud also helps reduce the risk of pigs getting lice, allows them to root, dig up the ground, something they really enjoy doing, and keeps their skin in good condition. Pigs will stress in heat, and this can trigger heat-related heart attacks. If you do not have room for a wallow, then use large kids' play pools for pigs to lay in. Figure out what you're going to do with all the manure. A 100-pound pig can produce about 1.6 pounds of manure per day. You can use this manure to fertilize your garden or crops. You could also consider selling the manure to other local farmers or gardeners who may not have a ready supply. Control the flies. The one issue that folks have with pigs, farm pigs or pot-belly pigs, is the issue of flies. After cleaning up after the pigs, cover the urine spots with a thin layer of garden lime. You can get it in bulk from garden supply stores and use a coffee can to broadcast it over the soiled area. This sweetens the area and kills fly eggs. If you are using manure for your yard, you can treat the manure pile with it as well. Garden lime is used to mark lines on football fields so it's safe for humans and pets. In fact, it's the main ingredient in sweet PTZ used to freshen horse stalls. If you can't find lime, you can use gypsum, but it won't smell as fresh. Raising the pigs. Consider the time of year that you buy your piglets. Pigs grow in size best during warmer weather. 60 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit is ideal. If possible, begin your pig raising project in early spring or in late summer. This way, when the piglets are growing the most, they will do so in the best conditions. Surprising as it may sound, a 50-pound piglet, if given access to constant food and water, will grow to 250 pounds, market weight, in approximately 100 days. Talk about a growth spurt. Purchase your pigs. Whether you are raising your pig as a pet or for meat, you will need to select a healthy pig from a good breeder. Unless you have money to spare, you should focus your search to pig farms in your area that have piglets for sale. When looking at piglets, avoid buying any that are scratching or coughing. If you notice that 20% or so of the pigs at the farm you are visiting look sick, you should consider purchasing a pig somewhere else. Keep in mind that if you go to a pig sale where multiple breeders are showing their pigs, the pigs will probably be rather stressed out. They also become more susceptible to sickness. Provide your pig with enough water. Pigs drink a lot of water. On average, they will consume 2 to 4 gallons, 7.6 to 15 L, of water per day. Keep a tub rooted to the ground and fill it with clean water throughout the day. If you simply set the tub on the ground, the pig will most likely tip it over and play with it. Tubs are fine, but they need constant refills in summer, same with troughs. There are several inexpensive water troughs for pigs that use hookup to a water source and regulate the water via float system. Pick out a good feed for your pigs. As you might guess, pigs are really good at eating. In general, you should plan to use pre-mixed feeds to ensure that your pigs have a well-balanced diet. A 50-pound piglet should be fed a commercial feed that is 16% protein, while a 125-pound pig would do fine with a 14% protein mix, though some farmers prefer to keep their feed at 16%. A pig should gain 1 lb, 0.45 kilograms per day. Give your pigs some leftovers. Pigs are sometimes referred to as living garbage disposals. which is a pretty accurate sentiment. However, keep the feed as their main course and give them scraps as a side dish. You can feed your pigs fruits, vegetables, meat scraps, garden clippings, and even spoiled eggs. Just make sure you are not feeding your pigs only scraps. Keep in mind that things that are poisonous to humans, like rhubarb leaves or certain berries, are also poisonous to pigs. You should also avoid feeding your pig raw potatoes and raw meat, as both can be poisonous or carry bad bacteria. Some professional pig farmers think it is best to boil any human food that you are planning on giving to your pigs. Doing this will guard your piggies against any bad bacteria that the food might contain. Ownership comes with responsibilities. Guard your pigs against internal parasites. Pigs have a tendency to get internal parasites because they root around in mud and manure all day. Ask a local vet to prescribe your pigs an anthelmintic that will kill any worms they might have. It is recommended that worm your pig every 4 to 6 weeks. Sell your pigs for money. If you are planning on selling your pigs, you should do so when they have grown to 200 to 250 pounds, 90 to 114 kilograms. When the pigs are ready to be sold at a market, they will be priced based on size and health. Bring the pigs to a livestock auction or to individuals and local stores.